As we know, we live in a multicultural society, and the pressure to learn a second language is increasing. But for some students, it's not an easy thing to do, because they have to overcome different barriers like morphological, syntax, semantics, sociolinguistic, psycholinguistics, and of course, phonetics and phonology. The biggest problem for the majority of the students is to deal with the phonetics and phonology that hinder their learning process, because these barriers prevent the acquiring of their proficiency in the oral and auditory skills of the target language.
In this video, we're going to explain the problems that students may have with linguistics. Focus on phonetics and phonology, we're going to explain stress on words, combined sounds, and vowels and consonants. One of the problems that learners face is the stress on words, mostly because there are some words that are spelled the same. This doesn't mean that they have the same meaning, so depending on what the learner wants to say is where the stress will be marked. English language learners cannot simply base the pronunciation of a word on what they see. They also need to look for contextual clues around that word in order to determine the correct pronunciation.
Another problem that English learners struggle with is the pronunciation of combined sounds. This usually happens when consonants come together. When non-native speakers face that situation, they try to pronounce it individually rather than pronounce it as a blended sound. Those blends are formed by 2 or 3 letters to create a distinct consonant sound. The original sound of each letter is still heard, but they are combined quickly and smoothly together. Here are some examples of common blends: fly, clap, skate, and bag.
English language learners need to distinguish between vowels and consonants, and after that they need to learn that also these letters do not always make the same sound. Let's look at an example. For example, if we see these two words, cat and ball, we can see that they have the same vowel, A. But this vowel makes different sounds. In the first word, cat, the vowel makes a sound like A, but in the second word, ball, it has a sound like O. Also, the consonants can change a bit as well. In these two words, the consonant S make different sounds. In the first word, mouse, it makes a sound like Z. But in the second word, television, it makes a sound like Z.
So, why should we study them? Well, phonetics and phonology can give you many advantages as a language learner. Some of them are that it helps to understand how speech sounds are used to create meaning, improves the pronunciation, understand how English accents vary and change, and you can be able to express yourself in appropriate academic English. It also gives the students self-confidence and improves the spelling. With children, we can observe that helps them to learn the shapes and sounds of alphabet letters, and also helps them to decorate or clip new words into shorted sounds, which can be blended together to form words.
To solve the problems students have with phonology and phonetics, teachers and linguists use a simple, pretty well-known methodology: minimal pairs of words. But why do they use them? It's because with this, students can distinguish both the phones, which are the sounds, and the phonemes, which are the basic units in the words that are displayed in the pair, while also learning some vocabulary. In conclusion, we can say that phonetics and phonology are very complex processes when it comes to learning about them. The better we know what both concepts are, the better we relate each other in order to understand the language we read, hear, and speak.